The new comic book series of Batgirls has begun, and I like it. What's up, YouTubers of the world? MegaGeekMixer here to give you guys my review on the first issue of Batgirls. Now, as you guys have probably already heard and seen, we know that the Batgirls are going to mostly portray Cassandra Cain and Stephanie Brown as Batgirls, with Barbara Gordon being Oracle and occasionally helping out sometimes on the field. So even though it's mostly going to be these two, you can expect Barbara Gordon to sometimes put on her Batgirl suit to help them out eventually. And I like how we started this. If any of y'all have been reading the comics, and have been keeping up with them, you know what's going on, and how in the start of this issue, they're kind of on a low profile, all thanks to the situation that happened during Fear State. But I'm going to get to that here in a minute. I first just want to talk about how I like that they finally brought Cassandra Cain back as Batgirl. Don't get me wrong, I also like Stephanie as Batgirl too, but Cassandra Cain's just my favorite of the Batgirls. And nothing on Barbara Gordon either, because, hey, she's pretty much the worst one, not, well, canonically wise, if you want to put it, not technically wise. She's technically the second Batgirl, Barbara, but canonically wise, she's the original Batgirl. And to train these two, a good thing to do right there. And I also want to take a moment to mention how I like this art. It kind of reminds me of the art done by the artist who did the Batgirl series of Cassandra Cain, pre-New 52. It kind of reminds me of that, gives me that kind of vibe. But am I going to say that it's better than the art of the guy who did the Cassandra Cain Batgirls book? Sorry, no. I mean, I like that one better, but I'm not putting anything against this art. I still like it. And I also always enjoyed the friendship that Cassie and Stephanie Brown had with each other, especially when you look back at pre-New 52. Cassandra gave Stephanie the mantle of Batgirl, but funny how she had to work her way to earn the approval of Barbara, and also work to earn the approval of the then Batman and Robin of Dick Grayson and Damian Wayne, and how she also had a funny friendship develop with Damian. And as we all know, Damian doesn't have that many friends, and yeah, if there's to say there's anyone who's close to a sister than he can ever have, that's gonna have to be Stephanie Brown, because I don't think he's had much interactions with Cass, and if he has, probably haven't been the best. But either way, having now said all that, let's go ahead and get into this. And as I said, guys, how it starts off, well, the first of it starts off by reminding us of this person right here. This person is Seer, and if you guys read Fear State, you know who Seer is. Seer is pretty much the reason the Batgirls are in the position they're in at the beginning of this book. That is in the fact that they're on a low profile right now because Oracle's been destroyed by Seer, and the Batgirls, Cassie and Steph, have been blamed for the bombing of the clock tower that was which was once their former headquarters where they operated at and everything. But no, Seer's taken over, so he's forced them all into a low profile that they are now going to live in the hills, and their new headquarters is an apartment. And basically what this issue is about them pretty much trying to adjust and everything, considering how they're on low profile, and as Batgirls, they're kind of being hunted, more like they're being framed for the bombing. There's been no confirmation that they're being hunted by policemen or anything, but it is shown that during the first few pages here, how they're trying to adjust. And yeah, Stephanie's being all happy and giggles about it, trying to put on a facade saying, yeah, I can work with this. This is cool. This is awesome. This is awesome. Half of it, no doubt, she is very serious about being happy about, but no doubt part of that is a facade. While Cassandra's just pretty much going like with the flow saying, yeah, yeah, yeah. But that's why I love their friendship. They balance out so well together with that. As a matter of fact, here, like, even though even though Barbara told them to keep a low profile, Cass showed that she will not keep a low profile when it comes to some muckers. Because during when they were moving in and stuff, muggers tried to go after her, and yeah, at first she didn't fight back, but then she did fight back because, well, they took something of hers that she loved, and that was this robe. Yeah, and I gotta say, seeing Cass in something like this, it actually fits her, despite how her background and how she barely talks now, which by the way, she's come a long way in this. She's able to talk even better now than how she did at first. From the New 52 to Batman and the Outsiders, she talks pretty normal now. Yeah, I don't really like saying that word, but you people know what I mean if you know what I'm saying here. But nevertheless, I still like the friendship they hold here. And despite that, how even though Cass will play a low profile, she still won't let some things go, such as this robe. Which, like I said, guys, I like this robe. It looks pretty good on her. and but either way, though, all this issue is about them trying to adjust to their new settling in. Even though it's not exactly the best settlement in, they're doing the best they can, especially Barbara, considering how she has to work her way to getting the Oracle network back on track. So that even means that they go out as the Batgirls, they gotta use some old school tech so that Seer won't be tracking them and stuff. But if Seer's the great hacker that he or she is, then you better believe that, yeah, he'll find his way to get to him. And this is what I'm gonna love about this book so far, and how Babs as Oracle will take on this new hacker who gave her a run, took her completely off guard, destroyed her Oracle network, and bombed the clock tower and stuff. So yeah, that Oracle versus the Seer person, and how they're gonna outwit each other. I am looking forward to that. It promises to be fun. All's the same though, when they started to go out as Batgirl, I love how they started out with Barbara trying to make them feel somewhat good with some of the low tech they have to use, and then Babs and Kaz bring up, well, what are we going to use to patrol around the city? We can't just always use our grappling hooks. We got to have some vehicles. So what does she bring them? She decides to give them mopeds. Yeah, mopeds, guys, mopeds. And yeah, I'm with Steph when she said, nah, I don't like it. Oh, but that's where Cass actually did something that I just can't help but laugh at. Those muggers that she mugged, well, like when they took something from her that she took back, well, she stole something from them. And that's a new car. Yeah, I'm sure you guys have seen this in the sneak peeks. And yeah, I actually was very impressed by this. I was like, Cass, you dirty little girl. But I did love how they took it on a bit of a joyride as they were patrolling, because the real mission they did for Oracle was to set up a few tracers and cameras and stuff to keep their blockings, protect them from any enemies that they may know come into contact with. But then afterwards, the two girls decided to go exploring around a bit. This is where it made them get into another fight with those muggers that Cassie ran into earlier in this issue, only to find out that the road workers are acting strange. And that is in the fact that the road workers are in some sort of trance. They're like saying, teach me, I want to follow you, something like that, almost acting like zombies, which is very weird. And of course, being the smart ones that they are. As a matter of fact, let me real quick start off by saying, love this shot right here as they combat each other, and it also shows why they both work together as Batgirl so well. We all know Cassandra Cain, one of the top fighters in DC Universe, and yeah, she's the one who pretty much pounds on these crooks, while Steph here, she can hold her own in a fight too, but she's the more of the brains, the more to observe and stuff. It's like they balance each other out as Batgirls to help each other solve things, not just beating them up, but also figuring out if something else is a fault here. As I said, with these road workers, these construction workers, and how they're acting like they're in a trance. That's very interesting, and I can't wait to see more of where that leads to. Because right now there was no answer as to why it was like that. But Steph is suspecting that there's some sort of connection there, and even more so is that after finding out that there might be a connection there, they find out a grumpy neighbor of theirs puts something in a dumpster. They go to check it out, and wouldn't you know it, they already find some new enemies of theirs. They call themselves the Saints. Basically, guys who are part of the magistrate, the group, one of the adversaries in the Fear State comic universe, and they have come here, and it seems they've had their eyes on the Batgirls and stuff, and now they are about to go into action. And how are these two going to take on these three with those robotic outfits and stuff? I don't know, but it promises to be fun. I'm sure even Barbara will find a way to help them out some way. If not as Oracle, as the original Batgirl. Hey, I'm all for that. All's the same though, guys. I love this first issue and how it gave us a look into the chemistry more. Like for some of us who have known of their chemistry in pre-New 52 and seen a bit of it here and there when it came to DC Rebirth and other stuff they've been in, other comics they've been in that focus on their relationship, we already know it, but still, to see it more in depth in here was a really cool thing to see. Always reminded me of back in the pre-New 52, and in seeing how they work so well together and balancing out each other, both in their civilian identity and their crime-fighting identity. But what's more is that I'm looking forward to their Babs battle as Oracle against this Seer person. I may not know much about this Seer person right now, but what we do know is that he's trying to make himself be known, not look invisible. That was first shown to us in this first page when he started making his own dialogues and talking and stuff, talking about how his main thing is to be noticed. He or she, I don't know, but all's the same. I like where we're going here, like this art, and I like where the story's going so far, so let's just see where it goes as we continue on. Until then, guys, I'm going to go ahead and leave it all at that, and please, tell me, what did you guys think of the Batgirl series so far? Did the first issue already have you hooked, or does it have you intrigued to want to get the next issue? Leave your thoughts in the comment section down below. But until then, if you enjoy my videos, all you gotta do is click that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon to be notified when I make more videos. Until then, MegaGeekMixer signing out. Bye!